There is a saying that certain darkness is needed to see the stars. We might be facing a big challenge in life, but this challenge may be the one that makes us a better person. We might even be surprised with our own abilities. There are a few people who already see the stars. Mary, 31 years old, diagnosed with a disorder called cerebral palsy, one of the most common congenital disorders of childhood. Cerebral palsy is a group of disorders that affect a person's ability to move and to maintain balance and posture. The effects of cerebral palsy are long-term, and individuals diagnosed with it will have the condition for their entire life.
My illness is due to during birth, and it's called cerebral palsy, which is part of my brain is damaged, which is my mobility, part of it is damaged.
Thanks to non-profit organizations like Friends of the Disabled Society, Mary was given a chance to be independent and help her parents make ends meet.
Actually, I'm introduced by a friend of mine, and gradually I know that they have a store at VivoCity, so I went to take a look and start to join them in their sales team.
They know that equality of individual ability has never existed and never will, but they do insist on equality in opportunities. Therefore, non-profit organizations like FDS were built to provide equal opportunity to the physically challenged individual.
So in 2005, came in full-time here. And when I came in here, you notice that society's name is Friends of the Disabled Society. Now, it was purposely decided on that is because one of the things that was very much lacking among the disabled people were like, even volunteers, and it was the relationship. There was no friendship. And volunteers might come and go, but to develop further friendship was not there. So we wanted very much that any activities we organized, the volunteers must be fully involved together with them, to not just for one event, but maybe they can be continuing on, there could be relationship there. So we began to, in whatever activities that we do, we talk to the volunteers, we say that you're not just coming here to serve, but you're coming here to sit together with them to get to know them. In that sense, until today, we are practicing it. We get very happy to see that many of the volunteers who get to know our friends haven't stopped just like the event. They have gone on beyond. They are keeping in touch with our friends through Facebook, and through years of relationship, they do meet up. That was one aspect of it. Another one was helping them to earn an income. Now, I am not saying that we are doing something that is going to help all the disabled, but we thought, why not that those who are talented, those who have skills in them, why not we start teaching them skills? So our skills in the beginning at this moment is more concentrated on gift products. So we started to teach them simple gift product. Initially, it's my idea, picked up here and there, and as time went on, we partnered with schools and secondary schools. We give them this opportunity, open up this, invited them to come in and share whatever skills that they might know they can pick up to impart that skills in terms of making products. And another aspect of what we wanted to do is that you can do all these products beautifully, but you have to sell it. So we had opportunities for selling, right? So another skill also is salesmanship. Why not involve our disabled people to come along and pick up this learning to do selling? And actually it was a big surprise to me, because some of the friends who actually might not be able to benefit out of the skills, but they were skillful at doing things like sales. And one of them is actually Mary.
Because I discovered my interest in doing sales, because when do sales, I can interact with people around, because I love to interact with people actually.
She is a heavy myopic person, but that means vision is not say very good. In terms of doing products and gift products, it's it's a bit more challenging for her. But she followed along with us for nearly about 5 years. Whatever sales we have, she will come along, and she realized that she has this interest, great interest in communicating with people, and she's able to like engage people to buy her product. And eventually, besides doing sales with us, she started to do on her own. And actually, I'm proud to say that today she's more or less very independently doing it on her own. We want that kind of spirit for many of our friends to emulate, to duplicate. So that's what we are trying to do. We are helping them to learn a skill. Once you learn a skill, you pick it up, you do it very well, until one day you will be independently doing it, and maybe this society or any society can go to them to buy the products. And what about independently engaging yourself as an entrepreneur, to become your own entrepreneur? It's possibility, but it's all these are the things that we really wanted to share it with them, help them to become independent, they can earn an extra income.
There may be some point in everyone's life when they feel like giving up.
I will talk to Ruku. She will give me advice and she will motivate me, or I will read books on codes or surf the nets on codes.
Actually, Mary is a more easier person to groom up because she herself has a lot of self-motivation. But initially, when she began to do sales together with us, we do not have any professionals coming in teaching our disabled friends sales, how to do sales. Whatever we learn here and there, I'll just share it with them. So how to do sales, how to greet customers, all this kind of stuff. So she picks up here and there, and subsequently she's able to also from her own, when you have are very passionate about something, you will go extra mile. So she picked it up. But of course, when she is on her own, there will be a dry days when you sales is no good, and you need that kind of push. So she will tend to call me, and in that sense, we still want to be the connecting people, connecting organization. Like, when the friends call and says that, today is not very good. Like yesterday, she SMSed me and said, my sales is 1,400 for 3 days. And she was very proud about it and very happy about it. So it's like that kind of, inspiration that you need to well done, very good. That kind of positive endorsement they sometimes need. So she keeps in touch, and that's how we do it. Of course, we just also give them more challenging roles. Like one of the challenging roles that I have given her is now that you can do on your own, now is the time for you to give back. So she's also one of the main instructor for our workshops. So she comes down and then she does presentation of the art piece. We're conducting a mosaic art. She will do PowerPoint presentation about what is mosaic art all about. That kind of you see, when you keep on giving them challenges, and they are, of course, with encouragement, and they do it, that itself is a great motivation for them, because for them they think that, oh, these are things I cannot do. So letting go and helping them to do things, and then of course you kind of give them the encouragement, then they have no problem. They will pick up.
Encouragement can do wonders. It can make people do things that they did not expect they could do.
Actually, when first I start mouth painting, and the minute when I put the brush into my mouth, and actually there's a few difficulties It's I start to have lost control of my saliva. Then the saliva actually drip out from my mouth. And then the other thing is, I remember my jaw was very tired and painful because I actually bite the brush very hard, because I scared the brush might fall out from my mouth. So I actually bite it very hard. So you get pain and tired on your jaw. Then the other thing is the eyes version will be very blurred because of the distance that you're actually putting your brush. It's either too far or too near to you. So your eyes get very tired also. Now, as and when. The worst is the neck, because for us we are using the mouth, so the neck movement will be very limited, you see. So the stroke wise is also very limited. So we intend to use a lot of our neck so-called muscle. So there's a lot of stiff neck and very painful. So as and when if it's pain, then I got to stop.
Unlike Mary, who suffered from impairment since birth, Mr. and Mrs. Lau never expected that they will be seated on the wheelchair for the rest of their life.
I had a car accident at the year of 2005, and the date was I still remember was 2nd of April. A car actually knocked me down, hit my husband's car behind the back. So I was actually admitted to ICU for 10 days. So after 10 days, I was discharged to normal unit, and then the doctor actually told me that I actually had a spinal cord injury in between C6 and C7. Is the level of the neck level. So and that caused me actually from the chest below was all paralyzed. So the doctor actually announced that I'll be paralyzed for the rest of my life. I actually got a lot of complicated feeling. I feel shocked, scared, lost, or even I know my mind was actually empty, and I don't know how to carry on with my life. Then I know that minute that my life is going to entirely change.
I got an accident, happened an accident at 1993, August 17. It's a traffic accident. I was the passenger sitting behind the car. So our car was hit by a taxi, and later on the car overturned. I was inside the car. End up, I suffered a spinal injury. In fact, I didn't expect to be so serious. I thought just maybe end up staying in the hospital for a few weeks and just can leave the hospital walking up. But in the end, I have to sit down on a wheelchair.
When life turns sour, it needs sugar to make it sweet. This is when Mouth and Foot Painting Association plays their part and gives new hope to Mr. Tan and Mrs. Lau.
After the accident, I actually joined this so-called Tetra activity group. There's this Tetra activity twice a year. So there's a group of friends down there. Actually, they are all mouth painter. So they actually recommend me to this what is called mouth painting, and they actually encouraged me to join the organization.
Mouth and Foot Painting Artists is a worldwide organization. It is owned by a group of handicapped people founded by a polio mouth artist in 1956. Okay. At present, we have more than 74 countries involved, and with more than 800 artists worldwide. Okay, we actually produce reproductions from the original paintings that the artists paint. We produce it into cards, calendars, jigsaw puzzles, and other stationery items. And then from these proceeds, we will send back to our head office in Liechtenstein, Germany, and for them to redistribute to the artists as a salary or scholarship. Actually, I'm in charge overall for the Singapore branch. Okay, my main job is to help the artists to collect the paintings, to arrange and send it to the head office, because all the paintings will have to be assessed by the head office, by the jury board at the head office for assessment to assess their standard of painting. As soon as they reach to a certain standard, then they will be considered a full member of Mouth and Foot Painting Artists.
Actually, I love to draw kind of natural things, like flowers, mountain, lake, river, all these natural things that I feel that it's very attractive. And then especially I love to draw flowers because I found that They are all very colorful, so easy for me to expose all the colors that I like. It's just that I think every natural things have their own beauty.
My favorite painting should be this. The latest one I finished is elephant riding. So I draw the picture of my mom sitting on the elephant when she go to Thailand. So I finished this painting already. I find it very special.
I feel satisfied and actually quite amazed to myself that wow, you can actually paint from my mouth, and a piece of drawing just came out like that. Overall, after all, it's all my effort and time I actually put into it. So when the paint that finished, yeah, you get very satisfied, and so-called you just amazed by yourself that you actually can do it very good lah.
Actually, they are all the same. Okay, let's say for Raymond. Raymond is actually quite new. Raymond and Christina is quite new in mouth and foot. They have shown great interest in art. Before that, of course, they are not that interested in art. So now they have become more interested, more persevere in learning. It can be seen that they are very hardworking in it.
Association of Mouth and Foot Painting Artists does not only give career opportunities to the physically challenged who can paint, but also others who could not by giving them jobs in their offices.
The first thing is we need to know what are their abilities. Despite of their disabilities, we need to know what their abilities, what they can do and what they cannot do. And from there, I will get a job that suits their ability.
Actually, I really want to thank this MFPA, which is a Mouth Foot Painting Association. They actually give us a lot of support and actually completely support us by selling our painting, and then we can actually earn as a living through our selling of painting. And then I actually also want to take this opportunity to thank this Mouth Foot Association. This association that make our dreams come true as a mouth painter, and then it actually keep our life going. You see, and there's a target and goal that we set for, and we look into it.
They accepted us. They give us chance to paint, and hopefully we can become a real artist.
Yeah, they are not even friendly, I can say. They are actually very concerning and very understanding people.
Everyone has a goal in life, even people like Mary, Mr. Tan, and Mrs. Lau.
Maybe get a permanent shop or a pushcart somewhere, and be able to help more of the other needies beside my own community friends.
First, I think I actually hope that all my drawings are recognized by the association, and then even to the public, Then, of course, I also hope that I will get promoted to their association as an associate member. So maybe down the road, once I have my nowadays I hope that my painting get improved, and then one of these days I can have be a famous mouth painter.
So what can we do to help physically challenged individuals like them?
If they are they have places for us to sell our products, like in their office premises, or maybe when they see us at shopping, when we're having store, they can support us by purchasing the products.
Actually, we have to give these people a chance to live together with us. We have to respect them at the same level as how we respect the others too.
Every day, we'll have to make decisions about our next steps in life. Your future will be determined by the accumulation of these daily decisions. You control your steps, and therefore, your own destiny.
Never give up. I always tell myself never give up. That's the quote that I always tell, that once you give up, you are actually zero, nothing. But you never give up, at least, you know, you would success one of these days. Yeah, so just don't give up. Keep trying.
I mean, the golden word to them is to try, keep trying. There is nothing is impossible if you keep trying, because practice makes perfect.
Let's just put it this way. When life hands you lemons, make lemonade. Don't have sugar? Search for it. Already too sweet? Share it. Together, we can make this world a better place.